Okay, great. I think we're back now. I don't know if I lost everyone, probably did. So hopefully, yeah, I think I lost. I think I pretty much lost lost everyone on this feed, and I'm sorry about that. Having a lot of technical problems, um, in this building, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But just let's go over some of the stocks here. Maybe somebody will find this. I'm hoping. I'm only on YouTube and Twitter right now. I'm gonna probably cancel the show. May try to do the show on TikTok. So hopefully, yep, there we go. Super. Thank you for finding it. So appreciate it. Sorry about this technical difficulties. I just having so much difficulties here. Thank you so much for taking for looking at it. Let's look at Microsoft just really quickly, and they maybe will um, be able to kind of get a good feel for this on Microsoft. So let me just pull that chart up here. Well, I appreciate you finding me back here. For some reason I'm just having technical difficulties after technical difficulties, and it's no fun to watch. I know because I'm moving in and out. So hopefully, I'm gonna look here at the 60-minute chart here. This is Microsoft that we're looking at right now, and basically there's a floor at about 320, and we looks like we have some resistance about 335. I'm just trying to get a feel for this. It did move very nicely the other day, yeah, but it's above the buy zone. So what do I do here? Know, it looks like it's pulling back to the 10-day line, which is good, but we're still extended. So my if you aren't already in Microsoft, I have a I think you got to be very careful right now because we are extended, and MSFT is extended, so not the best entry here. And that's kind of really, that's kind of really what really what it says. I mean, there just isn't a really good entry point here because we're above that buy point. The buy point, being basically at about 300. And so we're very far extended above that. We're at 333, so we're 10% above the buy point. That is significant. And it's just one of those things where it's going to be very, very difficult. This is Microsoft. This is a long-term leader. So you really have less. Um, you're really going to have less risk here with Microsoft. With Microsoft. But that said, I mean, it's still extended, and it's not an ideal place to buy it. It really isn't, unfortunately. It's just not an ideal place to buy Microsoft right here. So I think you're just going to have to, you're going to have to wait on it. Come on, there. I'll just do that. That'll work better. There we go. Let's put it right there so we can see it. Anyways, if you're watching on TikTok, and I know it's a little bit difficult because we're a little bit shaky on the bandwidth, and you want to see all of the charts, is very easy to do. Just go to www Dallas Trading Floor and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you should be able to see a live feed there. Or if that doesn't work, just go to youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor, and we're broadcasting live right now on YouTube. So hopefully we've got a few people that are watching right now. It's been kind of difficult to see it. Okay, thanks for that. Um, let's see. If no one shows up on YouTube, can we take a look at now and Netflix? Absolutely, sure. Thank you so much for that. Let's look at now ServiceNow. Of course, that's what that is. And with ServiceNow, um, yeah, we're not really a good entry point. Yeah, there's for ServiceNow we have essentially We essentially have a buy point at 681 on and we're at 683. So we're right now in a buy zone. So right now with service now, this is buyable. This is buyable at this level. This is a good entry point for service now, and I definitely think you could buy it at this level. So for service now, we are at the buy point presently. So we're right now at the buy point. You can buy it now, and it's going to probably give you a pretty good result. This is a good place to get into service now as it's moved over that resistance. I want to kind of take a look at the checklist on service now to see kind of how it lines up. It's a little bit of a bandwidth issue here. There we go. It's fine. It's letting me open up the panels. Yeah, right now ServiceNow has a 100% checklist. We're right in the buy zone, so this is a very good place to buy ServiceNow at this time. It's strong. It's come through earnings successfully. So this is a very, very good place to get in. If you want to get into ServiceNow, this is a good place to buy it because we're right at we're basically right at the buy point. We're right on the 10-day line. We've come through earnings. It's got a 100% checklist, and this group, this computer software enterprise group, this is a group that you need to start getting some exposure to, because it's definitely moving higher. There's no question about it. Very, very good place to buy ServiceNow right now. And so now for now, now for now, let's look at Nike, just to see what's going on there, and hopefully we can get that up. NKE, of course, is the symbol for Nike, and zoom in on that. Yes, take a second. Yeah, this is moving also to a higher high. This is really interesting. I mean, all of a sudden we have all of these really really good stocks. We're right below the buy point. The buy point on Nike is 174.28. We're at 172.59 after hours, so 172.50. So it's looking very very good. I think you could go with an early entry here. Absolutely. I think you can go with an early entry. Um, we are how far? Let's see how far out from earnings we are, because I always check that. I don't like to buy too close into earnings. That's always an issue. So looking at that, we are okay. So we have until the 18th of December. That's when earnings will be for Nike. So looking very good all the way around. Yeah, this is definitely a decent entry point for Nike. Yeah, we could definitely buy Nike here. It's looking good. It's looking good. We have a pretty good checklist. 67%. That's enough. I typically like to see a higher than that checklist, but all in all that's looking very very strong. Yeah, this is a strong stock. We could definitely buy a position. Now we are slightly below the buy point currently. The buy point on this is 174. 28, and we're currently at 172.50, so we're right below the buy point. What I would do on this one is I would potentially do a half position here. That's probably the best way to that's probably the best way to do it. If you want to get into Nike, and I think it's a really good stock, at least it's looking very good on the charts. I think that a a position in a half position would be ideal. So um, you know, one half position now, and one half position after it moves above one 148. That's really kind of let me see one. I'm sorry, not 148. 174, excuse me. 174. Yeah. So this is the strategy I'd use for Nike right now, Brian. I would go. Now hopefully it'll show it. There we go. Oh, let's see if I can show that. There we go. So right, no, I didn't show that one. Apologize. I got third one's the charm. Buy one half position now, and then one half position as it's moving above 174. The reason you want to do that is because there is resistance at 174, and so basically there's more risk. There's less risk buying above 174 than there is buying below 174. But if you buy below 174, of course, you don't get that extra juice. So the way to do it is to split your order in half. Buy one half position now and then wait for it to confirm above that 174, buying your second position. Now, what do I mean by a position? A position basically is 1/8 of the amount of the size of your portfolio. So let's say, for instance, your portfolio was $8,000. That was the total dollar value of it. If you divide 8,000 by 8, of course, you get 10. You get 1,000. However many shares of stock is equal to 1,000 would be the full position size. So for this situation, what you want to do is you want to buy half of a full position, which is which would have been about $500 worth in this particular example. Not saying it's your example. And then after it moves above, the stock price moves above 174, then you want to buy a second position. And that way you're going to minimize your risk, but you're going to still have some very nice potential upside. And that's really what you're looking for here is upside potential. So that's kind of thing. Now it looks like people. Um, Jim, don't cancel your YouTube, please. I'm not canceling the YouTube. I'm just trying to get it to work. I'm just having technical issues, and I'm sorry I'm having these technical issues with YouTube. I'm gonna try to do something else. I have another machine that's an older machine, but it seems to work better for this. It's more powerful. I can't use a green screen with it, but I'm gonna try to get another background. I have problems with I have an older operating system, but it seems to be faster than this. I upgraded to the new operating system on Apple, and unfortunately, it's just causing me all kinds of problems. And I don't know why that's the case, but it is. But thank you very much for being such a loyal viewer. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to make sure that I can broadcast this every day. So I appreciate that very very much. Thanks for that. Your thoughts on plug? I'm in at 33. Let's look at plug. Okay, come on, baby. And I'm looking at plug right now. Let's see. First of all, let's get it up on the screen. There we go. It Plug power. The issue with plug power, of course, is that we have this. It moved up way up here there, and then it's been pulling back. Now it's pulled above the 200-day line, but the problem is we're seeing some weakness right now. So I just cannot recommend if you have this thing and you don't have a loss on it, or you have a small loss, you might want to consider selling this because I don't think I think I could be totally wrong about this, but it seems like it's having some difficulty moving above about 42 here. So I would not enter the stock. I would not buy the stock right now. I just wouldn't do it based on this. I wouldn't do it, and I would hold on this one and I would wait. So I think what you got to do on this, plug just isn't in a position to buy. It just it's just not in a position to buy it. So we've got to be very careful on it. So and I hate to say this, but I would avoid this. I would avoid plug power because it just it just does not. The chart is okay, but it's not great. And there's so many other much better charts out there than plug power. So I just think you got to avoid plug for right now. You just gotta avoid it for right now. It's just one of those things. I'm gonna take a look at Tesla, and of course, as everybody that's been watching me knows, I've been heavily into Tesla. I've been buying it on current this current run from about 840, and I think we've just gotten to about 1200 on that. We're going to show the chart here. Yeah, okay. So we closed. It looks like we closed at 1212, which is equal to the high. There's resistance at 1200. That's definitely the case. But we had a very strong day on Tesla. This is probably, and this is probably going to move even higher. If it can push past 1200, it's very likely to go to 1300. Because that seems to be where it's hitting the round numbers. Yeah, you see, there's resistance right above this 1200. About 1205 is where there's resistance. It did push beyond that today. We'll see if it can hold it. But you can see that there's a range here that's critical from about 1150 to about 1200 on Tesla. If it can move above this 1250, about 1205 or better, then I think we're probably gonna move up at least $50. We may even move up as high as $1,300 by the middle of the month. I'm not sure that's gonna happen. It's the question is, can we get through that 1,200 level? But it's looking it's looking like it is, because I've been checking the sector that the automobile manufacturers, and I currently hold 2 automobile manufacturers. One, of course, is Tesla, and then the other one is a Ford, and I'll kind of show you my live list here of my small portfolio. So let me see if I can share that out. If I can do it. Hold on. See if I can. Hopefully, yeah. Okay. I've got two ins. Okay. Unfortunately, I've got two instances of my program going, so I've got to end this one.